Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to this series, and we are going to talk about issues to do with succession matters and how you claim your money or dividends or your late relatives' money from the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority. Now, Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority, it's an authority that came into force to receive all abandoned property, be it financial assets that are abandoned for over 3 years, or those that have been abandoned, maybe land and all that, that your relative did not declare, did not put it in a will, and did not tell any other relative member that they own. Or it has been difficult for you to access the same because you do not know the procedure, and you might find that some other family members actually fight. So there's no resolution, there's no agreement because this person died without a will or with a will of which you were contesting as a relative. So do you know what that means? Do you know that what means? Just listen to it. There's a will in place. You do not like what the deceased or the last wishes of the deceased are in that will. So what you're doing, you're going to say, no, I do not want this because I want that property that is somewhere else, but he gave it to your sibling and you do not want it. Others are even going ahead to fight their mothers. Unfortunately, that is a story for another day. Today, we want to just see how you're able to access those benefits or those properties that your people left behind. There's also an issue of insanity, and that we can talk in another video, but just for this sake, if your person is insane and they have properties and we have money coming in, maybe in form of dividend checks, in form of monies in the account and they can't access, you also know the procedure, and we are lawyers. You can also reach out to me and we see how to go about it. But in this case, if you want to access your unclaimed financial assets that have already been surrendered to the authority, unclaimed authority, then you can go to their website and there's a clear procedure on how to go about it. If you feel that you are having difficulties or there are hiccups to it, then reach to us. We are able to support you. Now, I've seen so many cases whereby people show up with certificates, grant and confirmation of grant certificates, which do not actually explain the property. You go to court, you do not want to use a proper lawyer, or if you're using a proper lawyer, is not well versed in matter succession, maybe their area is something else, and you insist you want them to assist you. So they assist you to the best, how best they know, and when you present those papers, you are told, go back to court for amendments. You go amend, you keep amending until even the court now, the magistrate is like, what is happening here? Wait, why do you keep coming back for amendments? Because you know what? You are not writing the correct thing. And that correct thing will not pass because there's a lot of fraudsters nowadays and they are going after financial properties. And I'll talk about this story another time because it is very, very interesting, because people are going after, they're stealing from the deceased persons. It is an interesting but also sad issue that we need to deal with as a society. Now, if you approach me, example, or any other lawyer who does succession or will be able to assist you on how to structure your papers before the court of law. And therefore, after that, when you submit or present those papers to the relevant people where you want to access services, they will be admitted. So in this case, if you have those shares, however they are written on that paper, determine whether you'll access them or not. Whether the names are different, they determine on how you will be able to access, on whether you'll be able to access or not. So let us be very, very cautious when we are approaching this issue. And please, just take a minute, go on Unclaimed Assets Authority's website, check your name, search your grandfather's name. If you have their ID numbers, better yet, use their ID numbers, because some people have similar names. But in any case, you find that name, go and peruse whether it is the exact person that you want to access their unclaimed or abandoned shares. Now, for unclaimed shares or unclaimed property, they must have been abandoned for 3 years. When we talk about unclaimed or abandoned shares or dividends in the capital market space, then it means these dividends have not been cashed for the last 3 years. So even if you're leaving, you and I can find our properties declared as abandoned because we did not cash those checks that came into our mailbox. And reasons, there could be many reasons as to why we never cashed. For example, I might be in Nairobi or I might be in Mombasa, and then I still use the address in a church somewhere in my village, so all my checks are still going there. And you know what happens nowadays? Maybe they go to my home, nobody can cash them, or maybe they are not even given to my family members because they no longer go to that church, or maybe they moved from that area to another one. So there are many reasons as to why people are not able to access their checks, because maybe they moved, maybe they got married elsewhere, maybe their parents only knew that address, they never renewed the address, those many issues that happen. And now, call to action, actually go and update your KYC, go and update it through your stockbroker. Ensure that you put maybe M-Pesa if you know that you'll be using that line forever. Update M-Pesa, or you can update your bank so that they're able to just transfer the money into your bank. Sometimes I know we even ignore, we receive those checks and we ignore and say, you know what, this money is too little, I don't care, I don't want to go and cash it, because dividend, maybe you have 200 shares and they have paid 0.5 in shillings in shares. So you find that money is very little. If you multiply, you find that it is less than 200 bob. So you say, this money is very little, I do not want to go and cash it. So after 3 years, your account will be declared as dormant and unclaimed or abandoned. So you'll find that you have been surrendered to Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority for them now to look for you and reunite you with your property. So do you really want that? Can you just cash those checks? If they are still, go back with them. And even so, all the share registrars have records on whether you have cashed your checks or not. So they'll tell you, okay, from this year to this year, you did not cash your checks. You'll find it's very good money. You can buy milk, you can buy, just good money. You can even donate the money if you don't want to use it. So please ensure that you go after your property. Stop letting your property being abandoned. And you can reach to us if you feel that you are struggling and do not know what to do, and you need legal advice or something of the sort to ensure that you are reunited. If you want any arbitration or mediation in your family, and you want to ensure that you get the sleeping people or those who went before us rest in peace, and ensure that you guys are not fighting for property, then reach to us. We'll be able to assist you on that. Until next time, thank you. Bye.